Hello and welcome to Movie Mandates. I'm Kelly,
And I'm Andrew.
and this is the show where my brother and I force each other to watch a movie based on a specific monthly theme. And it's January, so it is parody month. And on a previous episode, we watched Brothers Parody, The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra, which may just be one of the best movies I've ever seen. But we're not talking about that one. You want to listen to that one? Go listen again because it was great, great convo. Today, we are talking about my parody movie, which might be the best title of any movie ever made. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. But before we get into that movie, since I chose this week's discussion topic, it is only fair that Brother challenged me in a little segment we call Trivial Trivia.
Okay, so I would say probably one of the most preeminent parody actors ended up being Leslie Nielsen,
Right?
who was had a decades long career leading up to I think Airplane might have been the first major parody movie he did. I mean, he'd done comedy.
Wasn't
He
he
did a lot of.
like a drama actor though for a bit?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
didn't he? Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna.
I
Okay,
mean, he
his
was he was a lot of movies, a lot of television. He was in
yeah.
some comedies, sure, but the first overt, just silly comedy movie I think would have been Airplane in like 1980 or so.
Okay.
And then he uh, moved on to more. So that's what I'm asking. So I'd like you to name five parody movies, not counting their sequels, that
That Nestle is in.
Nestle Nielsen, yes.
Can I use
Leslie
airplane as
Nielsen.
one?
I just re realized that I said airplane. I mean, try not to, but
Oh,
I guess I
okay.
just gave you a free space.
So he was in, well, he was in the Naked Gun movies.
Yes.
He was in the movie whose name I'm not gonna know, but he was in the one where not Peter O'Toole. Is it not Peter? Peter O'Toole's the elderly gentleman. Well, they all are now.
I
Who's he
Most of them
played
got there.
yes, yes they did. That is the normal trajectory of man.
Yeah,
What is
heading
the
there now.
scene
Heading there
when
myself.
Renfro is running this way and then he runs this way and then he runs this way and he goes, ah, I lost them. And then he keeps running.
Not Renfro, but I know what movie you're talking about.
Isn't he in that movie? It's a Dracula
Yes,
movie.
yes, it's a Mel Brooks film.
That one.
It's not Renfro, it's Ren. And who is that in relation to him?
Uh
Peter McNichol in that part.
Peter McNichol. I'm like Peter O'Toole. It's not Peter McNichol. I knew that. I'm like I know who this guy is.
We're in luck. Why? He's an idiot. I think is the punchline to that scene. I've lost them.
I lost
Well,
them and
we're in
he just
luck.
is
He's stupid.
that scene will forever be in my head.
Uh-huh. That
Um
is one of them.
okay,
You remember what it's parodying. Because once you remember what it's parodying, you might actually remember what the
it's
movie is.
parodying the uh Bram Stoker's Dracula, the one with
Yes.
yeah.
Hmm.
So Dracula, it is a Dracula something. I'll
Mel
think on
Brooks
it.
parodied Robin Hood with Men in
Men in
Tights.
Tights.
So
Yep.
this was
Dracula, Dead and
colon
Loving It.
Dead and Loving It. There you go. Well done. See, this is I was talking to Kelly before we started recording. My original idea for the trivial trivia was asking specific questions about various parody movies. And I realized this was the problem we'd run into because a bunch of these are really old by
Yeah.
our age standards, and we haven't seen them in decades. So Kelly remembers this specific scene from this movie, but if I asked her for another scene, she
Nope,
probably no
none.
nothing.
That
Yeah.
is the
So
scene from that movie.
yep.
That is the one. And it's not even of Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not in that scene at all.
No, I just know he's in that movie, and I love that scene because it is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, not
Um,
a great movie.
so he is in, and I only know this one. I don't remember if I've ever seen this movie, Wrongfully Accused. I know he's in it only because, um, Wrongfully Accused is the movie that Fushi wanted me to choose.
Do you know what it's parodying
I,
primarily?
um, I don't. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I do. Tommy Lee Jones, the one-armed
Tommy
man.
Lee Jones is the federal agent in the
Yeah,
movie.
the
Yes,
one-armed man one, the fugitive.
yes,
Is that
yes.
really
The
what it? Yes.
Fugitive. Yes, the
Right.
Harrison Ford filmic adaptation of the television show.
Which is why I didn't choose it. So no, I haven't seen it. But that's why I didn't choose it because I've never seen The Fugitive. So
Did you
wrongfully
see the
accused.
sequel, U.S. Marshals, which
No.
actually starred Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they
I
made
don't.
it. They made a sequel to The Fugitive, but Richard Kimball, the Harrison
Harrison
Ford
Ford.
character's not in it. This is just the continuing investigative adventures of U.S. Marshal, whatever Tommy Lee Jones's character's name is. I think he's hunting Wesley Snipes in that one.
Now, he's not in Fatal Instinct. That's Armando Santi, but he's not in there
Correct.
anywhere else, is he, right?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Um, he's not in Pink Panther, that's Sellers.
Hmm.
What did I say? Naked Guns,
Naked Gun, Dracula Dead and Loving It, and
Dracula,
Wrongfully
Wrongfully
Accused.
Accused. He's in um he's not in any of the Austin Powers movies. Is there another spy movie? Is there another he's not in he's in
What did you just say? Is there another what movie?
spy movie. I think is
Yes.
what I said. There
Is
is another.
actually, I think, either the same year or the year after Wrongfully Accused, or maybe the year
Oh.
before. They came out almost back to back. Weird
Is
Al
he
does the theme
parodying
song. It parodies,
007, I'm guessing?
yeah, broadly spy movies, which is what Austin Powers was doing. So
Yes, yes, and I do like Austin Powers.
actually, Austin Powers might have been the following year. I don't know which. I'd have to look and see which one came first.
It's not the man who knew too little. That's Bill
No,
Murray.
that's Bill Murray.
Oh, he's Mr. Magoo. That's
He
not a parody,
is.
that's
That's
just a
not a
movie.
parody. That's a comedy film, but maybe we can count that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
I got to give you something for taking Airplane away from you.
What is Oh, I can hear him singing it too now that I'm okay, it's Weird Al.
Yeah,
Mm,
it rhymes with a.
mm.
This was 96. Yeah, Wrongfully Accused was 98. Okay, so they were 2 years apart.
When was Austin Powers?
I think that was like 97. Let me look.
It was
Yeah, that was 97. This one pre
Spy
Spy
Hard.
Hard. That's right.
I'm singing in my head.
You've got to spy
Spy
hard.
Hard.
Yep.
Sorry.
Spy Hard. Very good.
Everyone's like, did she fall asleep? No, I was singing in my head. You've got to spy hard. Yes, okay, got it. Um, and then uh
The rest of these, he's not the star. Well, no, there's one he's the star of. The rest of these, he's in, but it's more like, hey, let's get Leslie Nielsen because we can.
oh, okay. Is there any more Mel Brooksy guy? He doesn't. There was
No,
only
Mel Brooks
Dracula
didn't
with
do
Mel
any of
Brooks.
these.
Yeah.
One is a parody of The Exorcist.
Oh, yes. Oh God, yes. And like the amount of vomit. that
And
comes
and
out.
Linda Blair actually
And
reprised the
yes, she
role. Yeah.
is. Oh my gosh. The minute you said that, I'm like, I remember that it just kept coming and coming. And I hate vomit, but like it's a funny moment because it's an actively unvomit looking pea soup.
Yeah.
So, because that's what the whole joke
Yeah, it looks
was.
more like Nickelodeon gack than anything
Yeah,
else.
it's really,
Like
really bad.
neon green.
And he plays the priest.
Yep. The Father Karen part, I think. Yeah.
Oh
I might have
God.
the wrong
I'm
priest.
not gonna. How many words is it?
One.
Great.
Something happens to little Reagan in The Exorcist, and
Yeah.
in this movie, it happens to her again.
Oh, oh yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's repossessed.
Repossessed. Very good.
Yes. I
Um,
would not have pulled that out of my butt,
yeah,
but
yeah, very,
yes.
very good. That's five.
Whew, repossessed. That's
Uh,
hilarious. I
let
haven't
me
thought
just
of
add,
these movies forever.
yeah,
Please
just out
go.
of curiosity, let me ask you the little quiz questions. The rest of them are he was actually in Scary Movie 3 and 4.
Oh, he was.
Uh-huh. He was in that area in the 2000, 2010 where they just made a teen movie, scary movie. There was also superhero movie. He was in that one. There was also I think it's the last one he did, Spanish movie. And he was in a film called Stan Helsing. I would assume that's a parody, but it's possible it's just an outright comedy. I
Mm.
but um
That's.
so in Kung Pao Enter the Fist,
Mm-hmm.
for no reason whatsoever, the bad guy, Master Payne, changes his name to what?
Oh, that's right, he does. I don't know. I remember that that happened now that you say that, but I don't think that's something that I.
From here forth, you will call me Betty. Just changes his name to Betty. I think they did that just so they
That's
could have
right.
Black Betty at the end.
That's
Um,
right, Betty. And I
in
remember his face. He's like
Yeah,
yes.
in let's see what was because I erased them. In Airplane,
Mm-hmm.
our main protagonist, Ted Stryker, he's a combat pilot, war veteran who has PTSD, so he doesn't fly anymore. He drives a cab. But he follows his girlfriend onto a commercial airliner so he can try and get back with her. He has a drinking problem. What is the nature of his drinking problem?
Oh, it's not that he's an alcoholic. It's doesn't he dribble or something or
Pretty close. He can't get he just keeps
that?
throwing
Yeah.
it in his face or dumping it in his lap. I have a drinking problem.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Um, in Top Secret, the have you seen Top Secret?
No, I don't
Val
think I know what
Kilmer?
that. Val Kilmer?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh shit. Okay, well, no need to ask that question then.
What is that one a parody of?
It's a little unfocused, but it's broadly a parody of French Resistance espionage movies.
Oh, okay.
But it's also a parody of like 60s beach movies and like 50s rock and roll movies. And there's an
Sure.
extended parody of Blue Lagoon for some reason.
Just throw
It
that
is
in. Why
really
not?
funny,
Okay.
but
Top secret.
it's one of the good ones. What I was going to ask about is there's a moment where two of the members of the French Resistance disguise themselves as what animal to infiltrate a prison to break out Professor or whatever the hell his name is.
Raccoon.
No, it's a cow. But the
Damn
funny
it.
thing, so it's kind of like the couple's costume
Yeah.
horse. where
Yeah.
someone's a horse and the other person's the horse's arse,
Yeah.
right? Same idea, but with a cow. But in the movie, instead of having like a cow costume, they actually just used an actual living cow and just put boots on it. So in all the scenes where they're infiltrating the prison, it's literally just a cow with boots walking through the scene
That's
with the
hilarious.
voiceover by the actors inside, saying, "I can't see anything. Go, no, go to your left." And it's just a damn cow wearing boots. The funniest damn
Oh
thing.
my gosh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
And the last one I wrote before I shifted gears is what is Leslie Nielsen's character's name in the Naked Gun movies? And
Bannon, Lieutenant
it is Lieutenant.
Drebin.
Hmm? Yep.
Drebin.
Do you know his first name?
Lieutenant.
Well, that's Columbo, but
Oh, that's right.
Frank Drebin,
Frank
yeah,
Drebin.
Lieutenant Frank Drebin. Uh,
And then, because I remember when
Three
Priscilla,
movies and also the very short-lived Police Squad TV show.
because I remember the scene in where Priscilla's walking up the ladder and he goes, "Nice beaver," and she goes, "Oh, thanks, I just had it stuffed." And then at
Hands
the end,
down a taxidermied beaver. Uh, I didn't. Did you see
yeah,
the new one with Liam Neeson?
I didn't. I would really like to actually. I would really
Yeah,
like
I'd
to.
like to see it too.
But no, I haven't seen it. Um, hopefully it will come on to streaming pretty soon. I think I really enjoy um Liam Neeson's trajectory in life. Uh,
Mm.
I find it fascinating, and I think that he's probably a
He's a
pretty
solid
fascinating
comedic
guy.
actor. I think the first outrightly funny thing I saw him do was the good cop, bad cop character in the Lego movie.
Mm,
Actually
sure.
gets to use his own accent in that movie too. He rarely ever does.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because it be heavy and thick.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
why.
he's Irish, isn't he? He's Irish, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. No,
And it bleeds through sometimes, but if you
Oh
know
yeah.
what you're listening for, you can hear it sometimes. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But no, I just from this dramatic actor to I'm now going to be, the next like what Bruce Willis or whatever that is,
mhm.
action movie star. And now that I was like, I just love it. I think it's a
Yeah,
great
I'm
little
gonna move into j just action hero man in my 50s. You know,
okay.
with like Taken, I think was one of the early ones, and
I
then
think
he did a bunch of stuff like there was that
the
Wolves one where
gray with
the
yeah.
Gray, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think Taken was what put him
I
there.
think Taken is what catapulted it, yeah.
Yeah. Because
But I
it
mean, he's
yeah.
been around since the 90s. I mean, he was
Oh,
for crying out loud.
exactly, exactly. But I think like catapulted him into the new genre of he's
Yeah,
a badass
yeah.
kind of a thing. Um, and he has a voice that could make, either scare you or just melt your clothes off depending
The
on the
opposite
mood.
of cut glass, I guess, because he got that deep gravelly voice, especially as he's aged.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's got like the Nick Nolte effect going on, where he's just got a wet and gravelly in the throat as he gets older.
Right.
You know?
But he stayed sane. Nick Nolte, not so much. They kind of verge
I've
a little
seen
bit.
worse.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was weird watching the Hulk a while back when we did our double features and seeing
Mm.
Nick Nolte. I was like, oh, it's been a long time since I've seen that man in anything.
Yeah, yeah, you see
But
him pop up in movies still occasionally, though. He's still working.
oh yeah, I mean, they're still around. They do their things.
It's
But yeah.
Busey you got to be wary of.
Y
That guy is nuts.
yes. And so is the lesser Quaid, who truly has not been in Hollywood for ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah, apparently Dennis is kind of a piece of shit too. I was really sad to hear that.
Oh, I hope his
Randy's been out of his goddamn mind for
yeah.
decades, but yeah.
Well, hopefully the son is okay because we like little Huey, or that's
Oh,
not his name.
Jesus, yeah. What the hell's his name?
Huey's his name in The Boys, but that's not his actual
He's
name.
God, he's in everything now. He won't go away.
He's in Novocaine. We
Like
watched
him.
Novocaine
God
the other
damn it.
day.
Please stop casting him in every movie.
Yeah.
What is
Um,
it? It's something Quaid.
Jack. Is it Jack? Is it just Jack?
It's Jack Quaid. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Just Jack. Yeah. Yeah, no, we saw Novocaine recently. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
saw Companion, the other
Oh,
one of 15 movies he was in like in the last year. Um it's the one where he has a robot companion.
yes, I want to see that. Oh, I do want to see. Do you
Oh
recommend
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not like masterpiece or anything, but it's well worth a watch. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Sometimes that's what you need. So, groovy. Excellent. Well, and now we have 40 minutes to talk forever. So, um, I will say the most surprising thing about Don't Be Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood is, and I bet no one had this on their bingo card. Are they going to say the title of the movie in the movie? Yes, yes, they are. Blew my mind. I
And
was
it
like,
actually it has a great punchline to it.
you snuck that on in there.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a one thing well, of many things I will say about this movie is I don't know if because I like the Wayans.
Yes, I do too.
I've
I
often found them to be very funny comedians, even if
yes,
I haven't really enjoyed most of their films.
correct.
Um, this movie oftentimes would tell a joke and leave me thinking, that's kind of lame. And then they would put a button on it, and I'd be like, okay, that was good.
It
And the part where I think it's Marlon who says, do you just don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. And Keenan Ivory Wayans comes on and he
walks
has this
by.
recurring bit throughout the movie wherever they start doing this overly preachy bullshit. It's like, I've got to learn to become a man and get out of the hood and take responsibility for my life. And the Keenan Ivory Wayans playing the mail delivery guy comes in and goes, message, looking straight down the barrel of the camera. That happens like three times throughout the movie. But at this point, he comes in and goes, what the hell is he talking? What does that mean?
What does that even mean? Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
and there's a bunch of stuff in this movie where I was like, oh, that's kind of a lame joke, but then they'd
Bring it
punch
back.
it up. Like very beginning of the movie where they're introducing the titular hood, which is just green grass suburbia,
Yeah,
which is hilarious because it's these pristinely manicured lawns, and I see astroturf here and there. It's like there's just black people here. I guess that's all you need to make it a hood. I'm like, commentary? I There's so many different approaches that this joke could be taken. I'm not sure which direction they're coming at it from. But I did find it very funny that they keep referring to the hood and it's just a friggin' suburb.
yes, yes.
It's not dirty. There's no what you would expect from the hood
Right.
is grime and filth and dirty stuff and graffiti and cars up on blocks or something like that. No, it looks like a place that people would be having a barbecue in the front yard. It's
Yeah, yeah.
very
I actually
colorful, very overexposed.
very colorful, and
But
it's
anyway, so they're introducing the hood, and it's just everyone just gets shot every 2 minutes. And it's like, oh, this is the hood, and you got to be careful because you're liable to get shot here. And he gets shot and falls down. It's like, yeah, what that guy was saying, you can't go 2 steps without getting, and he gets shot. And then the mother, oh,
oh
baby,
no, my boy,
oh, my baby boy who I raised since he was a baby, and I'm like, I mean, the actor's committing it. I get it. It's funny. And then another one of the characters comes up and, ma'am, that's not your kid. And she goes, like, pulls his head up and is like, oh, well, ain't that a damn thing? She just gets up and walks. I'm like, okay, that's really funny.
but then she comes back at the end of the movie and
Yeah.
and it's like, oh no, it's same outfit, same
Yep.
hairnet, and everything. Yeah, so I find this movie fascinating in that um I I find it fascinating in that I think everything is a joke and everything is a layered joke and everything references something else and it comes back to this. And there's
Stuff I
so,
have not seen.
yes,
I looked
but
some of it up. I'm like, I bet this would be really funny if I'd seen Menace to Society.
um but I think that as a layman who came in and haven't seen many of these movies, uh you can still get the joke in that this is how y'all think we're portrayed type of a thing as well. Kind of like you said about like it's just suburbia. There just happens to be black people living in this neighborhood. So
It's
to
the hood
the
now. Yeah.
so it's the so to us, like we're gonna be like, oh no, don't go down that street when really it's, because you're right. There wasn't any sort of like, dogs on leashes or chain link fence and like falling over bricks and like I mean Shameless looked more gross than anything here.
Mhm.
um but I because I also found like the story is so unnecessary. It's incongruous, but like,
What story?
thank you. uh so but every new scene was just like a bit, which is a very Wayans thing to do. But
Yes.
I also enjoyed
The
the
bits.
the bits individually.
Yeah. Okay, let me put my cards out on the
Yeah.
table. I don't think this is a good movie.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's barely a movie.
Yes,
Um,
correct.
it is, however, 90 minutes of approximately 1,137 jokes. Not
There
all
you
of them
go.
are funny, but many of them are.
Yes.
So, um, I think this film would have worked better as a reoccurring series of skits in on the Wayans show or on In Living Color or something like that. I don't think it really works as a movie because there's nothing to really
Tie it.
grab onto and propel yourself through the film. I mean, even even the films we were talking about earlier, Airplane, Naked Gun, Kung Pao Enter the Fist, Secret, Top Secret, they have a plot structure, they have a narrative, they have a um something that the protagonist is trying to achieve that some sort of antagonistic person or force is trying to prevent them from achieving.
Right.
It's not much. It's usually pretty slight. For example, Airplane is about a guy who gets on a plane to reconnect with his girlfriend, and everyone gets food poisoning, and all of the pilots and the crew get food poisoning. So it's up to him to land the plane without killing everybody. But
He
as
has PTSD and
he has
yeah.
PTSD and he has a drinking problem. Oh, and there's inclement weather in Chicago or wherever the hell they end up landing. That's about it,
Right.
but that is a movie plot, right? Uh,
Yeah.
the first Naked Gun is not just a series of police procedural gags. There is actually a criminal conspiracy that Frank Drebin has to identify and uncover and solve. And it
Right.
involves someone trying to assassinate Queen Elizabeth at a baseball game.
Oh,
Makes it
that's
remind
right.
you
And
of
it's under the
Reggie
third
Jackson
base.
to
Yes,
murder
that's
victims,
right.
right?
Dang, I forgot all about
Yeah.
that.
There's actually a plot and
Yeah.
points in the plot. Plot points, one might refer to them as. Whereas with
Hmm.
Don't Be a Mess, South Central, while drinking your juice in the hood, um, is I mean, there's an idea of a plot. It's basically I have to get out of the hood.
Yeah.
And that's about it, which is fine, except there's not really anything keeping him there. I mean, his
Right.
mom, Vivica, a fox, drops him off at the beginning. That was the first. I was sitting there going like, they're the same age. What the fuck?
Which, but I love that. So they're in the car at the beginning and the leaves are just
The
falling,
goddamn leaves.
falling. I was expecting him not to be able to open his door
Because
because of
of
the
the
pile of leaves.
door?
I was expecting like
Yeah,
there
yeah,
be to be
because of the pile
leaves.
of leaves, like he wouldn't be able to open the door.
Yeah.
Instead, he throws it open and it like hits a
Hits a biker.
bicyclist or something.
Yeah, a cyclist. But I do love that Vivica says, she's like, you know, there are no strong women in these movies or whatever, good female
Positive
role
female
models.
role
Yeah,
models or something like
in
that.
these movies. And he's like, well, I see you again. And then but the thing that's funny is like, and that's that's the thing. Like this next joke that I'll say is the exact feeling of this entire movie. Is every joke is just kind of is an underneath thing in my opinion because he walks in and he's like, now time to meet my aged inappropriate dad or like who's my same age
I have to imagine that in at least one of these movies, the actors playing father and son were like 5 years off or something
or
like
but
that.
like not maybe even just that but like any of them. I mean think of freaking Troy and Angelina Jolie and Colin Farrell. They're only a couple years apart and she was playing his mother and
B.
like
Arthur and
so
Estelle Getty, I think, were like barely 10 years apart on the
Estelle Getty
Golden
was
Girls.
not the oldest of the group either.
Yeah, wasn't like Betty White older?
I think so. So like, and that's the thing. So I think that yes, I probably in some of the movies in which they are referencing and parodying
It's
most
probably a reference
dramatically, it
specific.
is referencing that. But like, we can extrapolate that in film because they, especially then, when was Don't Be a Menace? What year do I have this pulled up?
96, I think.
Because Don't Be a Menace. Yeah,
Uh,
it is 96.
96. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get you Sucker. Sucka was I think that was late 80s. That was like 88 or 89 or something.
But especially at that point in moviedom, if you like, no matter who you were playing, you could be the high school kid all the way up to the grandma. Everyone had to be under 40, basically,
Yeah.
you know? So I think, whatever movie you were in. So I thought that that was a very interesting. And then he walks in and, he's like, Dad, you got so big. And I'm like, jeez, it's so dumb. It's just so dumb.
Yeah,
Um,
so if there's a plot, it's I'm in the hood, which my mom dropped me off to at this, so I didn't really have to be here, but it's like I have to escape the hood, except there's really nothing keeping him there. I
yeah,
mean, he knocks up his girlfriend who's leaving the hood, so in a sense, it's like he's being yanked out of the hood anyway. There's like nothing in his way, so there's like no movie,
right.
which not really the point,
Right.
but it does make the film feel like
Low stakes.
I mean, well, no stakes. So it's more like Kentucky Fried Movie, except that is a collection of individual skits,
Hmm.
whereas this is a collection of individual skits tied into the same narrative that doesn't really have any narrative push at all, which ended up boring me when I wasn't actively laughing at the jokes. And
Yes,
I actually
yes.
think the film was front-loaded with the best jokes. I found a lot of the visual and physical humor very funny, and like the when he goes to Marlon Lockjaw, I think it was the character's name.
Yeah.
Um,
Ashtray. I mean, their names are so dumb.
yeah,
Ashtray, and then yeah.
yeah. Uh, the, uh, I guess worth saying an unfortunate amount of homophobic jokes. But
Yes.
I did really appreciate there was a joke close
Lock Dog, I guess is his name. Oh, and then
to
her name
Lock
is Dashiki, and I'm like, oh gosh, your name is
Dashiki that
Dashiki.
yeah. Um
Lock Dog. Okay.
there where he's like, "Hey, see that girl over there? I bet I could get her number." He's like, "Oh man, you couldn't get her number." "Oh, I'll go get her number." He walks over, he puts a gun in her. "Give me her goddamn number." And I'm like, that's actually a really funny joke, but the way the woman plays it, all okay, genuinely scared. I'm like, okay, that's a funny joke, but it's making me kind of uncomfortable until she pulls out a gun and points it in his crotch and says, "How dare you? You better pick me up at 7, you son of a bitch," or something. I'm like, okay, now
Now we're on
that's
board.
another
Now we're on
example
board.
of these jokes where I'm like, it's I get the joke. It's not really working. And then they come up with a button. I'm like, all right, that sells it.
Yeah.
These idiots are trying to dance, but they're pointing guns at each other's faces so that they can't really like, okay, one, two, three. Yeah, and they're just kind of standing there forever.
Yeah.
I loved the some of the visual humor when he goes into Lock Dog's house and he meets his mom who's drinking, and then she goes to the fridge and opens it up, and there's just nothing but
Nothing
liquor
but
in
beer.
there. And she walks past the fridge, and there's a water cooler, and it's just instead of water, it's just more booze in the damn water cooler. And then she goes over the stove and starts stirring. I think she dumps some of her alcohol, and it's just
No, she
hey,
dumps shit. Send me
yeah,
some. Oh
she
yeah.
gets some of that good shit off the spice rack, and he goes to the spice rack, and it's like there's a bottle of shit there. There's like stuff, weed, and shit. And it's like I love. And as he walks through the rest of the house, if you're looking in the background, there's bottles all over the damn place on the shelves, hanging from the blades of the ceiling fan. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's really funny.
Yeah, the set, well, in the I find like the set design is like when he walks into his dad's house and everything's covered in plastic, and it's like I remember those days and I remember those like everything's covered in plastic. Um I liked their Ponopoly. They're like, "Oh, you're in the red line district."
Oh,
Like when they're
the Monopoly parody that they're playing,
the
yeah.
Monopoly parody, and he's like, "I got two crack houses on that property. You better pay up." And I'm like, "Oh Jesus!"
It's like
But
you win a court case, but your lawyers take advantage of you and you're left with $13 or something like that.
exactly. It's like, and that's the thing is, I think that you're right. It's just like vignette, funny, then stuff to get you to the next vignette.
The cutaway to the one thing I felt in the movie is that it got lazier as it went, especially in like the editing. Like the
Yeah,
cutaway to the death comedy jam just came out of nowhere.
nowhere.
Wait, what?
I
What?
thought
Where
I
are we?
missed something. I mean,
Yeah. I'm
we
like,
know what's go.
did I not off for a minute? What the hell just happened? No, it just cut straight there,
Yeah, there.
unprompted. And there's a couple scene transitions in the back third of the movie or so where it just boom, we're somewhere else. And it's like
Yeah,
connective tissue, what's that?
I I was truly like I thought the same thing. I was like, did I just zone out real bad? Like I was really concerned because and I like that Death Comedy Jam. That's funny, but
I
like
mean, the name is funny, yeah.
yeah, but
I mean,
and
if
I
you know what Def Comedy Jam is, but yeah.
exactly. And then the so the dudes in the car uh penciled.
Toothpick.
Yeah, there it is. I was like this guy. Um because that's like he was in jail and that's Dashiki's ex or whatever. Oh, that's the part that I okay, I'm gonna get back to the car, guys. My favorite joke, my favorite joke of the whole dang show, movie, whatever it is when that little boy's outside on his tricycle or whatever, and the guy's walking down the street, and I forget what he says exactly, but he's like, "Hey, don't don't say that to that boy or whatever." He's like, "Don't treat that kid like that," or he reprimands, and he goes, "Oh, stop it, that ain't your son," and he's like. He's like, he isn't? And he knocks on the door. He's like, Dashiki, I want my child support back.
Yeah.
Because this is just a dude walking down the street. Because you think, like, as a viewer, that, he's, just a dude. Like, you see, not that we parent other people's children, but like when I see another kid or whatnot, sometimes go, oh, that's sweet. Or, it was, I did not see that coming. And I was like, now that's a good joke
It's a good
when you
joke.
do not see that coming. He's like, that ain't your child. What? I want my child support back. Um,
Uh, they make a joke about I forget exactly how it's phrased, but I think they're talking about how many kids Dashiki has.
she
And
has
they say
6 or
something like it's
7.
like she has almost as many children as Mrs. Wayans. It's like, damn. I was like, there are a
Yeah,
lot of Wayans
there
kids.
are a lot of
Bunch
Wayans.
of them are in the movie too.
Yep.
At
Oh, I
least
know.
four of them, I think.
Um, and then Bernie Mac's in this movie?
Yeah, he's that
Oh, Officer
the cop.
Self-Hatred. I hate this.
That
Yes.
has got to be a direct parody of a specific character in one of the other
Yes.
movies
It's got to be. It's got.
because it is so specific. They
Hmm.
Officer Self-Hatred. Yeah, I saw that in the because his gimmick is he uh arrests Ashtray and Lockdog for, no reason. And is that where the white Bronco is? Is that where is that scene, or is that somewhere else that was making fun
Ooh.
of the
I think it might have been somewhere else. I don't know if, maybe it was.
O.J. Simpson thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Bernie Mac's playing a cop, and he's like, "I hate you, black kids. I hate everything black. I hate
I
black
hate
piano keys. I
piano
hate
keys.
black pepper." And it's like, oh my God. And Bernie Mac is delivering this in stone-faced seriousness and just shaking intensity. I'm like, oh my God, this would probably be hilarious if I knew what the hell he was
And
referencing.
he was so, I knew, I did not realize that was Berniak until this very moment. And now
It
I'm like,
actually took me, I'm like,
I know
I
him though.
know that. Who is that?
Yes.
And
Oh
it
my
took me, I'm
gosh.
like, that's a young Bernie Mac. I know that.
That's
I have to keep
crazy.
thinking, okay, this movie's 30 years old.
And that's the thing is like because I'm like, I know who that is, but I didn't put it together until right now. I'm looking at the cast list. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's who that is. That's insane. Um, so the gentleman in the car who Toothpick and his cronies,
Hmm.
that's another one. I'll get to something else in a moment, but like that's another one that pays off is when they flatten his friend and then he's in the car flattened later because they're
That,
like,
yeah, great visual gag. My understanding is the actor who plays that guy is the same actor who plays the same character in, I think, Menace to Society, who gets fucking curb stomped.
oh
So the
wow.
joke is he doesn't
See?
die or get injured. He's literally pancaked, and then he's in the
Yeah.
car pancaked later. My understanding that's the same actor. The other one that because when Omar Epps shows up in the middle of the movie, and they're,
Mm-hmm.
they're just seeing him off to college, and then he immediately gets shot
I know.
and dies,
They're like
and
the
the
first one of
sniper.
us to go to college, and
Right.
he dies on the
Yeah,
steps.
the first one of us to go to college, he's like, all right, I'm going. And they're like, all right, bye. And they turn around and he gets shot and falls over. And it cuts to some sniper on a belfry with a list, and he crosses his name Malik off the bottom of the list. And I paused it and I looked at the rest of the names, and I was like, I'm willing to bet that those are names from some of these other movies. And one of them I recognize. One of them was Radio Ramon, which I think is Do the Right Thing. I think it's the guy
Yeah,
with the
it is. It is.
boombox.
Yes, it is. Well,
Who
and that because the
who
same
isn't
thing
shot.
happened,
I think he's like choked out by cops or something. I don't know. I don't think I've seen the entire movie, but
but
what
that's
I
the same thing with the guy in the convenience store had a list as well.
yeah. Well, that was contemporary stuff like O.J.
Yes, it was.
and Rodney King and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I looked up a little bit about this. The convenience store owner, same actor who played the convenience store owner in one of these films.
Oh,
So there's
wow.
apparently, so this is probably a direct parody of scene. Regardless, that scene was very funny where the convenience store lady is a black customer. I better watch him, whereas the white customer is just robbing them blind,
Blind.
obviously. It's just not paying attention to him.
Yeah.
Um Also, Omar Epps, playing Malik, who gets shot going to college, he played Malik in
Yes, he
Higher
does.
Learning, which came out the year before. So,
Yeah.
and that wasn't Michael Rappaport playing the sniper, but that's clearly who that character
Who
was
it's supposed to
supposed to
be.
remind you of.
Well, and so that's the thing I
Same
think.
outfit, too. Speaking of which, I've seen trailers for all of these movies, so I started
Yeah.
recognizing some of the looks. I'm like, I've seen these character outfits. I
Yes.
know these are
Yes.
direct references to some of these Menace to Society or
Well, and then the very, very, very ending with
Boys
the
in the Hood, some of them.
yeah, it was Boys in the Hood. The four
Yeah.
men that come around, like the toothpick and his cronies
Yeah,
in
that's
the car.
directly from one of the movies.
That is the exact end scene of Boys in the Hood. But the difference is that the main characters in Boys in the Hood do get shot and killed.
Yeah.
So, but like it is such an iconic, like the car comes like the way that it's shot. And so I will say again, it's not a good movie. In my opinion, it wasn't a hard sit, truly. it was boring at times, but like it would make up for it in moments because then
Mhm.
you'd be like, but it's one of those that like you got to pay attention because there's a lot going on really fast. But I also think that it is a movie that is really well constructed from the material which it is parodying. Like the fact that they're getting the actors, the fact that they're doing the same shots. Because like that turn of that car, I was like, I haven't even seen like Boys in the Hood, and I
I've seen
know
like clips of this stuff.
immediately I'm like, oh, that is I've seen and like the this clothing, like you said, like other than our you know, lock dog and whatnot, like with his hair all cray cray.
Hmm.
Um, but there is so much, I think I think there's a lot of intelligence that they put into their movies
Hmm.
because they like that's what I really have always admired about the Wayans is that whether you like the product that they put out as their finalized product, they have studied it and they
Yeah.
know what they are parodying and they are thoughtful about it and they get the right actors. And I think that they put a lot of
They,
time
yeah.
into it. There's a lot of time and energy and thought that goes into it that I think does probably go over a lot of people's heads. And I'm sure there's so much that went over our heads. And you even looked stuff up, but like, but I gotta just admire that part of it, because I've seen a lot of other parody films that I do enjoy and I do like, but they're a lot more maybe just surface, their front end
It
stuff.
feels like they're parodying the cliff notes. Like they don't know there's no deep cuts, so to speak. It's pretty clear. Because I took some time to look up some of this stuff. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, this stuff is directly parodying
Yeah.
really specific moments and stuff uh from these various late 80s, mid early 90s hood films.
Yeah.
Um I'm wondering if the Wayans have like these movies or if they don't like these movies. Yeah,
That's interesting.
if they're watching like John Singleton's movies and like this guy is full of shit, you know. I mean, I respect the man, but this is horse poop.
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't figure out if they were making fun with love or making fun because they think it's just overwrought and dumb. I'm
Ma-
honestly not sure.
Yeah, maybe little column A, little column B, perhaps.
Maybe.
Um, but I also think that I mean, I think that there's a nod to you know, the black experience as perceived by whites is not always the actual black experience. And I think that there's a
I
big
mean, at least
slap in the face of that too.
most of the films that this is directly parodying are made by directors of color, at
Yes.
least off the top of my head.
Yes.
You've got two John Singleton, you've got one Spike Lee.
Yep.
Um, who else did I can't think of who the other directors are. I remember the famous ones.
That's right.
Um, remember I was talking last week about or last episode rather, um, where I said I was more familiar with the late 60s and 70s blaxploitation
Yeah.
films than I was with the late 80s and early 90s hood films. Um, so I wasn't really sure how much I'd get out of this film. Like if it's like really reference heavy, I'd be missing out on a lot of stuff. So I was really, really happy to see Antonio Fargas in this movie, who is the older gentleman who is the guy. I don't remember the character's name. No, it was Old School. He was
Yep.
literally named Old School. Um, Character actor. He is in a ton of those 70s exploitation. He's in Shaft. He's in I don't remember which one it is. It's at least one of the Pam Grier movies. Might be Foxy Brown. Might be one of the other ones. Um, I know he's what's it Huggy Bear, I think is the character name in Starsky and Hutch, but I've never seen that. But I
Oh
know he's
yeah.
really known for that. Um, Now there is an actor who can mug. All respect to Marlon Wayans, he's got a very rubbery face, but his cross-eyed mugging just I didn't find very funny. But
No.
Antonio Fargas is just he's a wonderful character actor. He's just so interesting looking, without having to do weird shit with his
Right.
face. I
Yeah.
was really happy to see him. And if I'm remembering correctly, he's in "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker" too, a movie that I know I've seen, but I remember very little about. So I can't remember much about it. So
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't even remember if it's any good. I must have saw it when I was like 9 or 10 and just laughed at the over the top stuff. Like I
Right.
probably would have found Marlon Wayans performance in this hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I thought the making love with food scene was pretty funny because I've always
That's 9.5 weeks.
I was like, is this 9.5 weeks, or there another food love scene in one of these?
Nope,
I,
that is 9.5 weeks.
yeah,
And that
but
was,
what's hilarious is instead of strawberries, she just dumps a pitcher of strawberry Kool-Aid on him.
and then he has a hot dog, and she's like, no, those are the kids' lunch.
And then instead of melting wax, she melts a fucking block of government
Government
cheese on
cheese.
him.
Oh my God. That was so funny. Because I saw her bring it out, like when she grabs the government cheese.
Like, oh
First
God.
off, I love government cheese. But second, she grabs the government cheese, and I was like, what? Oh, she is not. And she lights the candle, I'm like, she is melting it on it. It was, and he's like, oh, ah, ah. It's hilarious. I was dying. I was like, very, very well done. Very,
Yep.
very well done. And yeah, but she's like they finished having relations and she's like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, already? She's like, I've been pregnant 7 times. You think I don't know what it feels like?
Um, there are at least two fourth wall breaks in this film. Not counting
I was gonna say
Keenan Ivory
Keenan.
Wayne's
Okay,
going
I was like,
message.
Keenan does it.
Uh, One of them is the young kid who ends up on the tricycle towards the end of the movie. He has a fourth wall break that is like, I don't know how they got that reaction at it. I forget what the line is. He's responding to something Sean Wayans is saying. He's just like, yeah, I'm like, wow, they got a really good reaction out of this, 6-year-old kid.
Well, because
Uh,
he's on that big block phone, right?
yeah, this is when they're in the house though,
Oh,
playing
okay.
video
Oh.
games.
Oh, remember the video game that they're playing at the precinct, the
Oh,
the
the Rodney
Rodney?
King beat the snot out of Rodney King video game. Yeah,
I'm like, oh dear. Oh dear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Another one of my favorite gags was when they're at this fast food restaurant slash car mechanic shop. And he's talking about I don't know what I'm gonna do with because I got Dashiki pregnant, and he's like, "Are you sure it's yours?" And the guy who's getting filling their drinks is like listening really carefully. He's like, "She says she's pretty sure it's me because she hasn't had sex with anyone else in like the last 20 minutes." He goes, "Oh, thank God."
I know. It was so funny. Like she hasn't had sex with anyone in the last 20 minutes. I was like, oh jeez.
And he like checks his watch and he's like, "Oh, thank," or something like that. And I was like, "That's funny." There's yeah, I don't again, I don't think the film really works as a movie, but and it does drag in places, and it feels like the editor gave up about halfway through, but
Yeah.
there is some genuinely really funny stuff in this
Yeah.
movie. And if you've seen
Yes.
Boys in the Hood, Do the Right Thing, Menace to
Menace
Society,
Society.
Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, Juice and South Central, you'll probably get a lot more out of it than I did. I have
Right.
seen none of those movies.
But I will say I've seen Poetic Justice. That was one of my
Oh, but I
watched
saw
it a lot.
Dangerous Minds, where the white lady goes into the inner city school and makes it all better for all of the Latino and black kids.
But
Oh, I
of
also saw The
course,
Substitute, which is where the white guy goes into the inner city school and makes things better for all the Latino and black kids.
but have you
And that
seen
totally counts, right?
To Sir with Love, where the black man comes in and teaches the white students?
No.
Sidney Poitier? Anyone? No?
No,
To
I've heard
Sir
of that, and I
with Love.
that's on
Stupid ass
I
song.
need to see that at someday list.
Yeah, the song, however, is terrible.
No.
I loathe that song. I will say this is one of those movies that is most likely going to be absolutely boring to listen to us talk about because there's no order. But it's one of those that is also, when you've seen it, it's one of those that's just kind of like, oh, and this is funny. Oh, and this is
Kind of,
funny. Oh,
yeah,
and this
same
is
thing
funny. Oh,
with
and this is
Lost
funny. And
Skeleton
that's it.
of Cadavra. If you haven't seen the movie, this is probably a very boring episode. Listen to us describe jokes
Yeah,
and
but that's
laugh at them.
it's a funny movie to discuss when you've
Yeah.
seen it
If you've
because now
seen the
you can
movie,
just,
otherwise, yeah.
oh, and then remember, yeah, and that's kind of
Listeners like, no, no, I don't remember that. No, I don't know that. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what you guys are talking. I'm sure glad you guys enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's only 90 minutes,
I mean,
but
we do link to the next movie that we're gonna watch, so you have a chance to watch it before the show, before the episode.
that's on you, listener. If you can't join into the jumbled jump from joke to joke, then that is on you. But
Yeah.
that's okay. It does end parody month though, so that is
Yes.
that is good. This is the end of parody month, but it is not the end for movie mandates because what a weird time to end it, right? Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we ended it in random January.
Yeah, we're like, all right, bye bye. And on, okay. But we will continue, and we will continue next month, which is February,
Yes.
brother's birthday month. So make sure to get those, gifts in the mail. No, anyways, we will continue with in February with good bad guys. Ooh, brother, what good bad guy movie are you mandating?
There are so many films where the protagonist is a anti-hero of one stripe or another that I've not seen, and I would like to.
Oh, exciting one you haven't seen. This is cool.
Instead, I'm going to mandate we watch something I have seen because I'm just in the mood to share stuff with you.
Works for me. Okay.
Sometimes I'm in the mood for it's like, oh, I'd want to watch this thing. Let's watch it together. And sometimes I'm like, I need you to see this because no one else has seen it, and I want to talk to somebody about it.
Hey, you know what? And this is why we have a podcast.
That's right. So I mandate that for Good Bad Guys Month, we watch Baby Assassins.
I don't even know.
Yes. Yeah,
Assassinos.
no, it is not about literal infants who are assassins, although that could be really funny. No, Baby Assassins is about two young women who are assassins, but they're very lazy and just would rather just stay home and play video games and read manga. Um, do you
Ooh.
remember Clerks, Kevin Smith's movie Clerks?
Yes, and you know what? I feel like there was a Clerks reference in Don't Be a Menace as well. When they were
Clerks would have been
outside the convenience
94, I
store.
think. So might have been, yeah.
Like when they were standing outside the convenience store before they went in, and they were the two gentlemen, and the one paged the other one, and then he called him on the cell phone and called him on the cell phone,
Oh,
and then
right.
they left. Like the way that they were standing and the angle at which it was shot, I was like,
Kind of
is
Jay and
that a
Silent
Jay and
Bob,
Silent
although I
Bob
don't remember
moment?
that being a gag with them.
It
So
wasn't, but just the idea that they were hanging, I
two
was
guys
like,
hanging out at a convenience
there
store.
was
Yeah.
just a moment, there was just a moment that I was like, and then they got the cell
What
phones
was the
out.
parody name of the 7-Eleven? It was like
Oh,
something in 40s,
yeah.
nines and 40s.
Nines and 40s, I
Yeah,
think.
9 9 millimeter guns and 40s,
Yeah, nines and 40s,
flickering,
yeah.
something like that. Anyway, Dante and Randall. If Dante and Randall were assassins instead of convenience store and video store clerks, that's kind of the tone and vibe that our protagonists and baby assassins have.
Ah, 2021. That's not even that old of a movie.
Fairly recent. There's actually a third movie which came out last year. I haven't seen it. It hasn't hit streaming anywhere I can watch it yet. But I have seen the sequel, and I have seen the TV series, the I think it's 10 or 12 episodes television series.
Wow, they went
So
all out for this one.
yeah, but we will just watch the first movie, Baby Assassins, and I'm excited to see if it what you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, then, if y'all would like to watch Assassinos, if you also would like to watch Baby Assassins, check out the description and see where it is currently streaming or if it is available to rent. And until then, you can watch Movie Mandates on YouTube. Hi. Or you can listen to it in podcast form on iTunes. Also, hi. Hi. Although you just can't see me waving. That's
Yeah.
literally the only difference. And hey, if you enjoy the show and you want to help us reach a wider audience so that they can also listen to us talk about movies they haven't seen, then engagement is key. So please like, subscribe, and tell people what you think, rate, review, and we appreciate it very much. So with that, I am Kelly, and you can follow me on Instagram at PimentoLivia with just that one O.
And I'm Andrew. You can follow me on Blue Sky.
And we do hope you've enjoyed this episode of Movie Mandates. We are going to be back soon with another mandated movie. Bye!
Bye.